It's Elizabethtown versus Ephrata in a fast-paced battle of wits. The action starts now, right here on WGAL8 Brainbusters.
From Studio B, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters, celebrating 25 years. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. It is a pleasure having you join us once again for WGAL8 Brainbusters, the high school quiz show here on WGAL8. I'm particularly excited about today's match because we are welcoming two high school teams who have historically done very well in our competition, Elizabethtown and Ephrata. Today, they face each other, but only one team will advance to round two. Who will it be? Well, we'll find out in less than 30 minutes. But first, let's take a moment to introduce our teams. So first, it's a pleasure to welcome the Elizabethtown area high school team. We have Ethan, he's a senior, he's today's alternate. Our first player is Connor, she's a senior. The captain is Sienna, also a senior. And Maggie, first time here, she is a junior. And next to Maggie is Mr. Mark Elliker, mathematics teacher and mathematics and computer competition club coordinator. And he is the first time here, the first time coaching the Brainbusters team. Welcome, Elizabethtown area high school Brainbusters team. And now let's meet the team from Ephrata High School. First we have Blake, he is a sophomore. Piper, the captain, she is a senior. Matt is a sophomore. All three of them are new to the Brainbusters game. We're glad to have you here. And next to Matt is Miss Christy Miller, and she is the coach and a math teacher. Thank you for bringing these quality young people to Studio B. Welcome to the Ephrata High School Brainbusters team. And now, pick up your signaling buttons. Let's use them frequently, beginning now, because here comes today's opening round. Here is your first 10-point question. Which celebrated jazz composer, trumpeter, and flugelhorn virtuoso released 30 albums over a prolific career and was known for hits like Feels So Good? He passed away at age 84 in July 2025. Piper.
Louis Armstrong?
Not he, no, sorry. Elizabethtown, we stumped you on Chuck Mangione. His inaugural speech as president was the shortest ever, only 135 words. Who delivered it in 1793? Blake.
George Washington.
It was his second inaugural speech. You are correct, and that gets Ephrata on the board for 10 points. It's the world's smallest continent, but the world's largest island. What island is it, Blake, again?
Australia.
You are correct again. It's said that they committed the first daytime bank robbery on February 14th, 1866. Who were these brothers from Missouri? Blake.
Bonnie and Clyde.
No, sorry. They weren't brothers. It was Frank and Jesse James. The name is Hawaiian for sheltered harbor. What is this harbor on the island of Oahu, Hawaii's capital? Matt.
Pearl Harbor.
No, sorry. We stumped you on Honolulu. Harry Bailey, the host of the Tabard Inn, offers to accompany them and to judge a storytelling contest. In what 14th century Middle English poem? Connor.
The Canterbury Tales?
That is correct for 10 points, and that gets Elizabethtown on the board. It produces water when burned, hence its name, Greek for water former. What is this gas? The lightest element on the periodic table. Matt?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen is correct, yes. It was the first permanent European settlement in North America, established in, Matt again.
Jamestown?
No, sorry, established in 1565 by the Spanish Elizabethtown. What is this Florida town? Connor.
Tampa?
St. Augustine, Florida. It's said that followers of Pythagoras were forbidden to reveal that this quantity was irrational. It's the hypotenuse, Sienna.
Square root of 2?
The square root of 2, the hypotenuse of a right triangle with sides of 1. Good for you for another 10 points. Pride, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, avarice. Maggie.
The 7 deadly sins?
The 7 deadly sins, indeed. And now, here comes today's audio question. Please, players, buzz in when I ask, who's speaking?
You obviously have just become like an iconic part of the American songbook.
Who's speaking? Piper.
Kim Kardashian?
No, sorry. Connor.
Kylie Jenner?
Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show is the correct answer. In Italian, his name means Joe Green. What is the first and last name of the Italian composer of the operas Otello, Falstaff, and Aida? Sienna.
Rossini?
No, sorry. We stumped you on Giuseppe Verdi. It's about 27,200 light years from the center of the Milky Way galaxy. What is this G-type main sequence yellow dwarf star? Blake.
Sun.
The sun, yeah. The first tragedies were performed in ancient Greece at annual celebrations in honor of this Greek god of wine. Connor.
Dionysus.
Dionysus of wine and intoxication. Who is he? Is Dionysus. You are correct. In Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, it's a mischievous fairy. You may know it better as a piece of Maggie. Puck as a piece of hockey equipment. Maggie is correct with puck. It was the first major military action of the United Nations and claimed the lives of more than 50,000 U.S. and UN troops. What is this, Matt?
The Battle of Seoul.
No, sorry, you were close. Sorry, what is this unending war? It's the Korean War is what we were going for. Sorry, Matt, we could not accept that answer. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. In what, Blake?
1984.
1984 is what the 1949 novel quotes. Yes, in areas with severe winters, these bees are driven out of the hive in autumn. What are these male bees whose only job is to fertilize the queen? Connor?
Worker bees?
Not worker bees, no, sorry. Ephrata? Piper?
Drone?
Drones are correct answer. It's an angle that is equal to the supplementary angle. It's equal to pi over 2 radians. What kind of angle is it? It's a right angle or a 90-degree angle. He typed the manuscript on a continuous 120-foot long scroll of paper and took 7 years to find a publisher. Who is the author of On the Road? Maggie.
Kerouac?
Say that again?
Kerouac?
Kerouac, yes, is the correct answer. It's element 101 on the periodic table, named for the Russian who first created the periodic table in 1869. Name him. Blake.
Mendelevian.
Mendelevian or Mendeleev, we would have accepted as well. Spelled with a C, it's a unit of mass for gemstones equal to 0.2 of a gram. Sienna.
Carrot?
Carrot is the correct answer. Right on the buzzer. Good for you. 70-70. What a great game. Well, the players are certainly ready for this challenge. And now we are going to return in just a few moments with the one-on-one rapid fire and 60-second team lightning rounds. We're in for a great match. So please stay where you are.
WGAL8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL8 Brainbusters each receive this mini notebook and stylus pen, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now back to your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters. Our match continues with Elizabethtown and Ephrata, and our teams are coming through. They are off to a fine start after our first round of play. Tie score. But it's now time to put the spotlight on our individual players with today's one-on-one rapid fire. This time, each of our players go head-to-head, and, of course, we first want to find out a little something about them. So, Connor, welcome back. It's nice to have you here. So here's our question for today's round. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Well, Rich, thanks for asking. It's always a fun thing to think about the future. I plan on finishing out high school as close to 4.0 as I can, and hoping that I get accepted, go to Pennsylvania College of Art and Design, where I will be doing their life experience major, because I want to go into lighting design. So getting through there, getting my bachelor's degree, and then after that, joining Four Walls of Rock Lights and traveling around the world to do shows, concerts, anything fun. Maybe I'll even come back here and do the lights for you guys again.
Wow, you've got a clear vision, Connor. Thank you for sharing. Blake, what about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I hope to go to college. I'm not exactly sure what college yet. It's still a couple of years out as I'm a sophomore, but I want to go to college, most likely study personal finance or political science, and then honestly, I'll be 20 in 5 years, so just getting through college well, finish out high school with a high GPA, and just get my finances and stuff right.
Well, you've got a great mindset for success, and I hope you have a mindset for these 3 questions. Connor and Blake, as we put you two one-on-one. Keir Starmer is the current Prime Minister of England. Who served as prime minister from 1979 to 1990, the longest term in the 20th century? Blake.
Margaret Thatcher.
She's the one for 10 points. Robert Frost wrote many lines, and I'm sure you'll remember unless you draw a blank. So fill in the blank to this line from a poem by Robert Frost. But I have promises to keep and miles to go before I... Connor?
Leave?
No, sorry. Blake, do you have any idea? Sleep. It's from Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And finally, in accordance with the Gregorian calendar, the 21st century began January 1st, 2001, and will last until what date and year? Connor.
January 1st through
I'm sorry, that's
2100?
incorrect. No, sorry. Blake, do you have any idea? Blake.
January 1st, 2100.
No, December
That's what I
31st, 2100 is when it will end. Okay, let's meet our next players, our two captains, of course. Sienna, welcome back. It's nice to have you here. So you're a senior. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
So I have a unicycle, and I want to get really good at riding it. Currently, I can only go like 6 or 7 yards right now on my unicycle, but I want to get better at it, and I also want to do a century ride on my road bike eventually too. So I want to get good at unicycling and riding my bike more.
Well, that's an interesting and awesome goal to have, Sienna. Piper, captain from the team from Ephrata. What about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Well, nothing as fun as a unicycle, but I do hope to finish out high school with a high GPA and get into a good college for physical therapy. So I definitely hope to make my way through college, be most of the way through college in 5 years, and just be building a community around me and having a good time.
Sounds like a plan with real potential. Sounds great. Piper and Sienna, I have a plan for you. 3 questions as we put you two one-on-one. Founded by Ted Turner in 1980, it now features John Berman, Wolf Blitzer, Aaron Burnett, and Anderson Cooper. For what 24-hour satellite news channel do they all work? Sienna?
CNN.
CNN is the correct answer for 10 points. It was a bright, cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. What 1949 dystopian novel begins with this sentence? Sienna?
Brave New World.
No, sorry. Piper, any idea? We stumped you on 1984 by George Orwell. And finally, if you have only an elementary knowledge of chemistry, it may help here. What is the most active halogen? Piper?
Hydrogen?
No, sorry. Sienna, any idea? Sienna? Pardon me?
Lithium.
No, fluorine. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. And so fluorine is the correct answer. Still, we have a tie score. Now let's meet our third players in today's competition. So first, a pleasure to welcome Maggie for the first time. Nice to have you here. And you've done very well in that first round of play. So Maggie, what about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I do not yet have my driver's license, and I would really, really like to have it by the time that I'm 21. I have my permit, but 1 hour of driving. So I hope that by the time I'm 21, I am driving all the time.
Maggie, that's an awesome goal to have. Wish you the best of luck. Man, that's a hard one to compete with. What about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, well, thanks for asking. In the next 5 years, I'd like to graduate high school, hopefully in the top of my class or near the top of my class, and attend a good college and maybe study finance or collect enough hours to be an airline pilot.
Oh, man, really admirable goal. Let's go for it, and let's go for it with these 3 questions with Maggie and Matt. Pardon me, as we put you two one-on-one. Indiana Jones is not the only famous archaeologist. What tomb did Howard Carter discover in 1922? Maggie?
King Tut.
King Tut's tomb, you are correct. Small town life is a popular literary subject. In what Nathaniel Hawthorne novel does Hester Prynne have, Maggie again?
The Scarlet Letter.
The Scarlet Letter has difficulty adjusting to life in a drab small town. And finally, scientists use standard international or SI units for measurement. What is the SI unit of mass? Matt?
Graham?
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Maggie? Maggie?
Ounces?
Kilogram is the correct answer. So look at those scores, 100 to 80. We're now going to pick up the pace and play today's 60-second team lightning round. Piper, your team is behind at this point, but only by 20 points. So you have the privilege of selecting first among these three quizzes. We have Go to O, Lit Critters, and in the end, it's always you.
What do you guys think? Critters? The last one? What was the last one again?
We have Go to O, Lit Critters, and in the end, it's always you.
In the end, it's always you.
For 10 points each, we'd like you to identify these people, places, and things whose names end in the letter U. Remember, in the end, it's always you. Piper, I take your answer as the team's answer. Blake and Matt are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all three of you, and here we go. In a restaurant, look here before you order.
Menu.
That is correct. Second person pronoun, singular and plural.
You.
You is correct. The Hindu Trinity, Brahma, Shiva, and
Ishnu.
no, Vishnu. The three letters you might write on a promissory note. IOU. The chemical element and symbol for gold.
AU.
AU is correct. The French word for handsome, or a handsome young man who comes courting.
Ado.
A bow. Down in Louisiana, it's a body of water, usually a tributary of a river.
Bayou.
Bayou is correct. This South African bishop won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984.
Pass.
Tutu, Desmond Tutu, an online subscription service for streaming This Is Us or The Handmaid's Tale.
Hulu.
Hulu is correct. A Hawaiian feast with pig and poi.
Hulau.
Luau, a large African antelope, also called a wildebeest. The G is silent. Nu, G-N-U. The Greek letter T.
Pass.
Tau, an old-fashioned way of saying goodbye. It literally means to die.
Ado.
Adieu. I'm sorry, that wasn't in time. The buzzer had already gone off. 5 correct, so 50 points came your way. Sienna, Connor, Maggie, was this a break for you? Well, we're going to find out shortly with the 2 remaining quizzes. Go to O and Lit Critters.
We'll take go to O, please.
Go to O. You can start each of these answers with any letter, but you have to now go to O. So for 10 points each, identify these people, places, and things whose names all end with the letter O. Sienna, I take your answers to team's answer. Connor and Maggie are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. Walt Disney's elephant, the one with big ears.
Dumbo.
Dumbo's correct. An adjective meaning super huge, or a way to describe large shrimp.
Jumbo.
Jumbo's correct. It's the home of the Bears and the Bulls and the Blackhawks.
Skip.
Chicago. Water's chemical formula.
H2O.
There's correct. This is a big one in the movie Twister.
Tornado.
Tornado, yes. This Caribbean island was devastated by Hurricane Maria.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, yes. In 1836, Mexico captured the San Antonio Mission.
Pass.
The Alamo. He ruled Japan from 1926 to 1989.
Pass.
Hirohito. A thick Creole soup made from okra, tomatoes, and shrimp.
Jumbo.
Gumbo.
Gumbo.
Bill Maher and the White Lotus air on this cable channel.
HBO.
HBO is correct. In the 13th century, he traveled from Venice to the court of Kublai Khan.
Marco Polo.
Marco Polo is correct. The monetary unit of Mexico.
Peso.
The peso is correct. Nickname of Richard Starkey, drummer for the Beatles.
Ringo.
Ringo is correct. The highest female singing voice.
Soprano.
Soprano is correct. An animal with white fur and red eyes, and that was an albino. So we had 10 correct, so 100 points came your way, giving you a good lead to 200 to 130. So while we catch our breath after that exciting round, let's reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. Now during our break, each team will wager anywhere from 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of American filmmakers. So we'll be back with the bonus Brainbuster and then jump right into the final frenzy when we return in a matter of minutes.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Scan the QR code with your phone or go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hello, everybody, and thanks for coming back to WGAL8 Brainbusters with Elizabeth Hunt and Ephrata. The current scores are correct. We made some adjustments. The judges made their calls 190 to 130. But it's now time for today's bonus Brainbusters. Both teams locked in their wagers based on their knowledge of American filmmakers. Here's NewsAid's Jerry Gish with today's question. Jerry.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster, recognized by his signature style of animating historical photographs and bringing nuanced narratives to life. This acclaimed documentarian has profoundly shaped our understanding of American history with epic series like the Civil War, baseball, jazz, and the national parks. Who is this iconic filmmaker? Again, recognized by his signature style of animating historical photographs and bringing nuanced narratives to life. This acclaimed documentarian has profoundly shaped our understanding of American history with epic series like the Civil War, baseball, jazz, and the national parks. Who is this iconic filmmaker? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich.
Thank you, Jerry. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Okay. Piper's pen is closed. Sienna's pen is closed. Okay. Sienna, we always start with this side of the set. If you could please show us. Brown. No, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. So we are going to be deducting 25 points from your score. Piper, did you come up with the man who turned history into art? Ken Burns. You are absolutely correct. We're going to add 15 points to your score. I mean, proof that history can be as gripping as any blockbuster. Look at those scores, 165 to 145. Who's coming back for round 2? Well, we're going to find out right now because here comes today's final frenzy. 20-point questions. This chemical is produced in the body during periods of extreme exercise when it is produced faster than the body can process it. Sienna?
Citric acid?
Not citric acid, no. Sorry, which acid is it? Piper.
Lactic acid?
Lactic acid is the correct answer. Tennessee Williams won his first Pulitzer Prize for A Streetcar Named Desire. What play about Maggie and Brick and Big Daddy Pollitt won Williams his second Pulitzer in 1955? Piper.
Cat on a Hot Tin Roof?
You are correct again. About 250 million years ago, in the greatest extinction of life ever, as many as 95% of all sea creatures and 70% of land creatures were wiped out. It was named for the last period of the Paleozoic era. What was this great dying? Connor.
The Cretaceous?
No, sorry. Ephrata? We stumped you on the Permian extinction in 1741. This Danish explorer sighted and landed on the southern coast of Alaska. An island, a glacier, a sea, and a strait have all been named in his honor. Who was he, Matt?
Magellan?
Nope, sorry. Any idea? Elizabethtown and Ephrata, we stumped you on Vitus Bering, the Bering Strait, for example. Because he published first, Joseph Priestley is often credited with the discovery of this gas in 1774. What is this ingredient in the air that we breathe? Sienna?
Nitrogen?
No, not nitrogen, sorry. Ephrata and Piper.
Carbon dioxide.
Oxygen is the correct answer. She was the first African-American writer to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. Who wrote God Help, The Child, Sula, and Song of Solomon? Maggie.
Morrison?
Toni Morrison. The establishment of the Confederation is traditionally dated August 1st, 1291, making it one of the oldest republics in the world. What is this landlocked European republic? Maggie.
Georgia?
Not Georgia, no, sorry. Blake.
Switzerland.
Switzerland's correct. With more than 400 active volcanoes, it is the most geologically active object in the solar system. What is this moon of Jupiter, Sienna?
Europa?
Nope, sorry. Matt?
Gamian?
No, it's Io is the correct answer. It follows the century-long story of Buendia family from the founding of the town of Maconda to the destruction of a cyclone. What is this 1967 novel by Gabriel Garcia Marquez? Maggie?
1,000 Years of Solitude?
No, sorry. It's 100 Years of Solitude. She knew it. It's a parallelogram with unequal adjacent sides. What is this geometric shape? Piper?
Trapezoid?
Nope, sorry. Sienna?
Rhombus?
No, it's a rhomboid. A rhombus whose sides are all equal. In medicine, it refers to a combination of symptoms that occur together and indicate a particular disorder. What is this word from the Greek for running together? It's a syndrome, one of the 3 major domains of life. It includes all life that has a nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. What domain is it, Matt?
Eukaryote.
You are correct for 20 points. In 2000, that sound takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. What a fantastic performance for both teams. But only one team can win, and that was Ephrata. So congratulations. They are returning for round 2, but please stay with us. We'll be back in just a few short moments.
Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show, celebrating 25 years. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. That's our show for today. Congratulations to Ephrata. They will return for round 2, and thank you so much to Elizabethtown for a great game. We promised, and they delivered. We hope you had a great time as much as we did, and we hope you will return to us for another fantastic game when Lancaster Country Day takes on Solanco. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. We really appreciate it. Until next time, let's keep asking questions, keep learning, and keep growing smart. It's the new strong. See you next time.